All right, apparently we are live. Give me just a second, guys. Let me just let me just confirm. Hold on a second. Let me just confirm on my end. Then I'll go ahead and get started. Let me just see who's in the house already. Brian Spaceboy, good morning. Otaku Dan, what's up, bro? Can't sleep. I came across this. Oh man. Hey, Seeking Near Me, you're in Hawaii, right? So what are you like? I'm in Houston Central Time, so you got to be like what, 5-6 hours behind me. So dang, bro, it's pretty early. Hold on a second. I don't know why, man. I always seem to have like the hardest time. My cell phone is not. I don't know if it's my dad or what, but just been having a hard time connecting lately. So let me just double check. Come on, man, go through. All right. Anyways, I'm just gonna take y'all's word at it because I'm having a hard time. So if you guys say that I'm connected, then I'm connected. So if somebody could just give me a response saying that you can hear me loud and clear, that I'm all good, I'd appreciate it. No. Somebody say something. Somebody say something. Just can you guys hear me? Just can you guys hear me, please? All right, good. All right, thank you. Man, this delay. Okay, so we are here, GPA Saturday, episode 18, and I apologize for getting out to a late start, but it's just, dude, I was up to like 3 in the morning pressing, and plus I'm trying to configure my SNES Classic Edition. I'm just putting like, a few more games on it, and I got this wireless controller that I'm trying to. Anyways, excuses, I know, but so let me go ahead and get in a couple plugs real quick before we get started. I want to appreciate or give shout outs to everybody who's already on board. Seeking Near Mint, Otaku Dan, Justin in the house. What's up, bro? Justin, let me know if you want to come on, man. Talk comics. It's totally up to you. We're gonna be talking a lot of Thor stuff today. Just hit me up. I'll send you a link. Joseph Stoner, how you doing, friend? Vernon Johnson in the house, and Brian Spaceboy. I like your picture, man. Got that old Adam West Batman. I like that a lot. Yeah, Vernon. Number 18, bro. Man, I don't know how much longer we're gonna go with this, but it's good so far. So, all right. So what I'm gonna do? Let me go ahead and share my screen. Let me see here. Screen is shared. As always, guys, I'm still doing a lot of pressing. Man, it's just this has been such a blessing. It really has. I've done a lot last night and throughout the week, and I'm staying busy. And when you're staying busy, doing comic book stuff and making money to support this channel, it's a good thing, right? So I just want to thank everybody who is watching now or who may watch later and has sent me books to press. I greatly appreciate it. This really does mean more than you'll know, because you sending me your books really does support this channel, and it allows me to continue to do stuff like this. So I just want to thank you very much for that. So, and as you can see, I got a lot of specials going on. You get one book pressed for free if you send me 2 books or more. That does not cover return shipping. But if you send 5 books or more, you get the free press and 10% off, which pretty much covers for the shipping. If you send me 8 books, you get the 1 book press for free, 10% off, and free return shipping. I cannot find a better deal out there in the comic book community. I'm just saying. Also, I'm all set for my 9th affordable auction, November the 19th. I've decided that I'm going to do this one and one more after this, and then I'm going to be done till probably March. Reason being is because you're going to get into the holidays, and after the holidays, people tend to kind of conserve and watch their spending. And I don't need to be, trying to, persuade people to buy books after they've probably taken a big financial hit because of Christmas and stuff like that. So it's really a time for people to rest and recuperate, and I'm totally all for that. And besides, you guys know the market is so saturated with Comic-Cons and stuff like that, and some of them get started as early as January and February, which makes no sense to me, but it is what it is. So I'm going to do number 9 in November, and then number 10 will be in December. So keep that in mind. 2 more, and then I'm going to be done for the year. Also, check me on Instagram. That way you get notified with all the books that we post to auction off. I post everything on my Instagram the week of. That way you guys get informed on what exactly it is that I'm going to be auctioning off in the next auction. So please follow me on Instagram, okay? Also, Comic Conversation over on JLS Comics every Thursday at 8:30. If you guys did not check us out last Thursday, please go watch that video. We had Jesse got CBCS president and founder of CBCS, Steve Borak, on the show with us for an hour and 45 minutes. That was awesome. Please watch that video because it was very informative. He just kind of laid almost everything out on the table for everybody. Took a lot of questions from people in the chat. So check that video if you haven't checked it out already. Great interview by Jesse. So please go check that out. Also, as always, comicbook.com is the website where Justin is the managing editor over there, and Jesse does a lot of writing. They are always looking for new writers. If anybody has any interest in doing any writing for a legitimate comic book website, hit up Justin. I'm pretty sure he can help you out. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and talk about some comics. Apologize for the, the plug, but we got to do some stuff like that. So let me see what's going on in the chat. yeah. Sorry, Seeking there, man. I can't seem to get him on time. My apologies. GPA. Brian Smith. Well, yeah, GPA is it's the website that gathers data from multiple sources to give you an analysis, an average of books, CGC books that sell, and what their prices are as far as most recent sale, the past 90-day average, 12-month average, 2-year average, so on and so forth. So I kind of like to talk about stuff like that because not everybody has access to GPA Analysis, and it is not a free site, but we've talked about other sites that are free, but this seems to be like the main one that people refer to when they want to buy a CGC book or have interest in maybe selling a CGC book, to see what's a good price to pay and not to pay. Okay, yeah, appreciate that, Seeking Air Mint. Oh yeah, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Yeah, if you want to send some books to me, Brian Spaceboy, just go to my Facebook page at Strictly Comics, and you can check everything out right there. And then you can also message me, and we can talk after the show. Appreciate that, Vernon. See, that's why I love that's why I love CBCS. Yeah, seeking near man pressing is, from my experience, has been more of a local thing, but I try to help people out when it comes to shipping and stuff because you have to kind of factor all that stuff into it. So, uh, but you know, lately, actually, most of my customers have been coming from people outside of Houston, so which is kind of cool. NLC in the house. What's up, NLC? Half price comics at your LCS this weekend. Taco Dan, man, I know, bro. Like a lot of shops are doing that this weekend. A lot of shops, and man, I want to get out there and do some hunting. But golly, man, I really need to watch my spending, man. Y'all know how it is, man. You start spending a lot of money on comics. Um, all right, so let me see here. My apologies, guys. Let me do something real quick. I'm trying to send something out real quick, and then we'll go ahead and get started. Let me ask you guys this while I'm kind of doing this. Is everybody in the chat going to go see Thor Ragnarok opening weekend? I'm just curious because I'm going to see it Thursday. I won't be on Jesse's show next Thursday because I'm going with my LCS owner, my shop owner. He invited me to go see it with him, and I thought that was kind of cool. So I'm going to go watch it with him and his staff. But is everybody else going to go check it out? Let me see here. Okay. All right. Everybody's like, yes. Otago Dan already getting the deals. Nice. Yeah, man. Astros won. I didn't really I watched the first 4 innings, but then after that, I just shut it off. Thursday. Hey, you can go see Thor on Thursday, right? Thursday and the weekend. Thursday, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Jason Jenkins, what's up, man? Appreciate you stopping by. Cameron Brown, how you doing, friend? Thank you so much for popping in. Yeah, and I'll see you're right about that, man. That would be crazy if we got a Beta Ray Bill appearance. That would be really cool. All right, I'm gonna share my screen. We're gonna talk about some stuff. See her. Okay, so because Thor does open up this weekend, I wanted to go ahead and just talk about some of the characters that are going to be popping up in the movie and just kind of see what the market is doing with their first appearances. The first one that really comes to mind right here, I believe this is this is the first appearance of Hela. I don't know who has this book. I don't have this book. I'm not a big Thor lover, but I got to admit that a lot of the Hela cover appearances are really, really cool. And I've actually sold a few of them in past affordable auctions. And so it's really a cool looking. She's really a cool looking character, but I do not have her first appearance. But let's see what her first appearance is doing right now. As you can see, and I just threw up an 8.5 because you're talking about a book from the 60s. And I figured that, hold on, let me check something. And I figured that if anybody has an 8.5 condition book from the 60s, that's almost like a 9.8 now. But an 8.5 for this book is about a $600 book. But here's something that's actually interesting about this is that it's maxed out at its high for $610, which actually sold for that price in August. Excuse me. Nothing has sold since, but ever since Thor started coming out and ever since the movie announcements, if you look back in 2011 when that was about a $200 book, it's only gone up since then. And you didn't even have any Hela movie appearance or anything, but it's only continued to climb. Now, there hasn't been a whole lot of them sold on the market, and I think that that's why, because this book is rare. And this book is like what, 50 plus, almost 60 years, 55 years old. So there's going to be, it's going to be more of a rare book. But as you can see, it's about a $600 book. This is probably one of those books, because it's rare and so few people sell them. This is probably one of those books that you can continue to ask a little bit more and more than what GPA actually tells you that the current market value of that particular book is. Oh, okay. Justin might join us if he's got time. No pressure, Justin. Just, we're talking Thor, and I know you're a big Thor lover, so I figured if you want to jump in, you're more than welcome. Otherwise, not a big deal, because I can ramble and I can talk. So anyways, so yeah, so, and then I just went ahead and just kind of looked up a 7.0 and a 7.0. You going to the gym, sweetie? All right, I love you. A 7.0 is about a $400 book. Actually, a little bit more than that, because the most recent one sold last month for $470. Okay. So that's Hela. That's the first appearance of Hela. She's obviously not on the cover, but a really, really cool looking character. And I think out of all the Thor movies, I'm most excited to see the one that comes out next week. So let's go ahead and close that. I wanted to look up this one right here. Let me go ahead and look at the chat real quick, see what you guys are talking about. Don't want to ignore you guys. Matt Damon's in the movie? I didn't even know that. Amadeus. Yeah, man. Seeking Near Man. Adam Hughes, man. Dude, Adam Hughes has such a huge fan base, and people love that dude, man. Yes, I can check on an Iron Man 102 with a George Perez signature. I will do that. I got quite a few books to get to. But I will get to it. I will get to it. So let me just continue to move on. This right here is the first appearance of the Enchantress and the Executioner. Now, I kind of got this because of the Executioner, who is played by, I forget his name. He played Dread, if I'm not mistaken. So I wanted to look him up. He's probably like a B or C list character in the movie. Definitely that, maybe a D or E list in comic books. I'm not really sure. Again, I'm not a Thor reader, but his first appearance is Journey into Mystery 102. You got Hela's first appearance in 102, and then you got his first appearance in Journey into Mystery 103. Sorry about that, 103. And so I put in an 8.5, and this apparently is a pretty expensive book as well. Although, if you look at the high, if you look at this real quick, it sold for $2,100 at one point. Now, it was a while ago. It was back in 2009. Somebody really wanted that book because only 2 of them were sold back in 2009. Now, obviously the market has changed. I don't think anybody would pay that kind of money for that book right now. But ever since 2013, that book has taken a steady climb. Now, I think a lot of it has to do with because once Thor did his first appearance on the his first movie appearance, I think people started to really figure out what was going on, and people started to get these first appearances from the Thor title and all these Thor characters, and just started buying these things up, which is why you continue to see an increase in the price of that book throughout the years. And even between this year and last year, there's only a $50 difference between $1,500 and $1,450. So apparently there's some people that like this character. I mean, the Executioner is actually a really cool name. And if you have this book, this is a good book to have, because he's going to be in the movie. I don't know. We don't know what, is he going to get killed? We don't know what's going to happen, what kind of role he's going to play, but we will soon find out. But I think it's a good book to have if you can find it. I don't think that this is one of those books that everybody's going to be looking for, just because of the type of character that he appears to be. I think people are going to obviously want that Hela first appearance, Loki and Odin and those main characters, but this might be a good book to pick up, especially if you can find one in the wild. Lord Tapman in the house. What's up, man? If Matt Damon is in the movie, sell it today. Yeah, right. I don't even know what this dude is supposed to be playing. Let me see, man. Yeah, I think you guys are. Yeah, there's no Matt Damon. Just, oh man. All right. So next book. Let me see. Bam, bam. Okay, so this is the next book. Although I looked up the first appearance of the Grandmaster, and Wikipedia says it's Avengers 69. If anybody can confirm whether that's true or whether his first appearance is in another book, please let me know in the chat. But this is just what I was able to find using Google, that the Grandmaster's first appearance was Avengers 69. This seems like it might not be right, because when we go to GPA Analysis and look at this book, it's only about a $350 book, even in a 9.4. So if there's any like hardcore Thor people out there who know the first appearance of the Grandmaster, let me know, because according to this right here, it's shown it's about a $350 book. Is this a good book to have? I think it's just one of those things where you have to really, really like this character. Otherwise, people are going to want those main characters. But that's a really cool looking book too. And this is from 1969. Funny, it's Avengers 69, and it's from 1969. So that's kind of funny. Cool stuff. So, all right. So I'm going to go ahead and look up some of the books that you guys wanted me to look up. I'm going to actually start with CGC Fan, because he sent me a request a few years back. He wanted me to do some looking up of Fantastic Four #5, and I'm going to get to y'all's stuff here in just a little bit. I think we got time. Let's see here. Fantastic Four, Marvel's First Family. I don't know why he wanted me to look up #5, but that's what he wants me to look up. Excuse me. And he said in a 2.0, Silver Age book, low grade, it's all good. 2.0. Wow, that's an expensive book. What let's see real quick. What or 5? No, that can't be it. That's a king size. I'm trying to think of what that book looks like. Dude, seriously? Okay. So this is a yeah. I've seen this book before. Okay. Oh, yeah. So a 2.0, man, that's like a $900 book, even in a 2.0. That's crazy. That is kind of an iconic cover. I remember seeing that cover quite a bit. That book has steadily climbed. It did take a dip from 2014 to 2015, about $100 dip in average, but there were more sold this year, actually, in 2017 than any other year previous of that. This is currently about a $900 book, so close to $1,000. If I had this book, I probably wouldn't take less than $1,000 for it, just because it's continued to climb. All right. I'm just checking to see if Justin's popped in. He said he's going to come by, and I don't want to miss him. I don't want him to pop on and be silent because I'm talking, and I don't know that he's come on. So there you go, CGC fan. It's about a $900 book. He also wanted me to check out Amazing 375 for She-Venom, but I don't think She-Venom is in Amazing 375, but we'll go ahead and look at it. See if we can get the Amazing Spider-Man 375. Boom. 9.8. I would not look up nothing less for this book. And last one sold actually this month for about $120. Wow. How did they get sold for that much? That's crazy. I got about 3 of them signed by Mark Bagley that I'm waiting on from CBCS. So that's loco, man. That's loco. 9.8 is about a $120 book. And surprisingly, it actually sold for more than that. Well, one did sell for $130 this year, but one did sell also for $125 back in 2013. So there you go, CDC fan. And actually, the last one that he wanted me to look up was Venom versus Carnage #2, the first appearance of Toxin. Man, that's such a good read, and with Clayton Crane artwork. Oh, godly, man, that dude is sick. Here we go, 2004, #2. First Toxin. Wow, that's dang. Yo, man, people are jumping on this stuff already. Like, it's Toxin. I think we're kind of getting ahead of ourselves. We're already looking at Toxin. But it's a $150 book and a 9.8. And as you can see, this chart right here, it just spiraled completely up, obviously because of movie announcements. But it's only a $150 book because one sold for that price in 2017. This is not a book that's in high demand or anything, but the one that was available sold for 150 bucks. So that's why it currently has that average. Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. Stephen Oates, what's up? Stephen Oates in the house. Could I look up Flash 123? Yes, I will. I already let's see. I bought a raw 9.0 number 69 for 70 bucks a few months back. So that might, I mean, 9.0, it sounds like it's about
that's a good deal.
Whoop. I heard Justin. All right, hold on, man. Let me get my headphones on. We'll talk some more Thor here.
Oh, good. Yeah, man. Those like Journey into Mystery 102 and 103. Yeah, those would be like prized possession type books, you know?
Yeah, man.
Enchantress will probably show up at some point. So
I was confused though, because when I saw Enchantress, I immediately thought about Suicide Squad. So I guess both titles have an Enchantress.
Yeah, well,
both publishers.
Yeah, DC's Enchantress is different. I mean, but I've also heard that kind of what they're doing with Hela is they're rolling Enchantress, Hela, and Death into the Hela character, so they can use her across like the Infinity War stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see next week.
Yeah, we will, man. You excited about the movie?
Yeah, man, I'm pumped. I'm ready.
When are you gonna go see it? Friday or Saturday?
I may go see it Thursday night after the live show.
So you're not gonna waste any time.
No, and then I'll probably see it again Friday. Yeah, because my sister and my nephew want to see it, so I'll probably go with them also.
So you already got your plans to see it twice. That's nice, man. Do you have any of these books that we've mentioned?
Not so far. My earliest, okay, so that was what I was debating earlier, is what I was going to pick up at the comic book shop today, because I'm going to go after the show for the Halloween Comic Fest and get some free books and spend a little bit of money. But yeah, no, my earliest Journey into Mystery is like 134. So
and who's
I have a lot of earlier ones to get. That's the first High Evolutionary.
Okay. Yeah, so you got a ways to go to complete your Thor collection for sure.
I got all the expensive books to go.
All the there you go. Yeah, we just got all the big keys. That's all.
Yeah, you know, just the expensive ones. Everything else, I'm pretty solid on.
All right, let me ask you this, because if I'm not mistaken, there's only going to be 3 Thor movies, right?
Yes. So far, yes, but the recent news though is that they're going to use Thor for several movies going forward as like an Iron Man character, where he just shows up, you know, because Iron Man's showing up in Spider-Man and blah, you know, so they're going to use Thor to show up in other cosmic movies that are coming down the pipe.
Because he's pretty much an established character, they probably don't need to continue to make movies of just Thor movies.
Right. Yeah. I mean, eventually maybe they'll do another one, or they'll do like a, you know, some type of Thor team-up movie. Who knows what they'll do later. But the current plan is keep Chris Hemsworth on as Thor because he's expressed interest in staying Thor, but use him kind of like they're doing with Robert Downey Jr. right now.
Okay. Do you think that, is there any rumor out there that we're going to get a Beta Ray Bill appearance or something in this movie, or no?
I haven't heard anything other than what we see in that statue, the horse face statue, you know, on one of the Grandmaster's buildings. That's the only evidence I've seen of Beta Ray Bill. I haven't heard anything of it. So you never know, though. You never know. Okay. Because Thor's going to need a new hammer. Maybe Beta Ray Bill exists and he borrows Stormbreaker for a minute. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? So educate me a little bit. How does that work? So there's like more than one hammer? Yeah. So the origin story for Beta Ray Bill, in along that story, Thor gets like knocked out or something, and Beta Ray Bill is able to pick up Thor's hammer, Mjolnir. And, you know, stuff happens. They go back before Odin, and Odin actually says, fine, we'll make you your own hammer. So there's 2 hammers. There was only ever 2 hammers. Now there's like, you know, the ultimate hammer from the Ultimate Universe is here. So there's more than one hammer. There's 3. There's 3 hammers now. Yeah. What did you think about what I mentioned on Comic Frontline? You think we should get a Thor verse? Oh yeah, man. I mean, we're already there. Like that cover for Thor 700, like the A cover, like pretty much gives you a Thor verse. Like you've got all these characters throughout time that have the hammer. So I would be pumped to see that. We pretty much already got it. So that's almost what that book was. You had so many different Thor stories going on. So even that's Frog Thor. Thor verse. All right. So Quest for the Hammer. Let me see. That was, I'll show this off to everybody real quick, just so we're going. This is Nova #4 with a Kirby cover of Thor Nova on it. So I picked that up yesterday for a really good price, and it's in really good shape. So can't beat that. Is that like a first meeting between the two or something like that? I would assume so. I'm not 100%, but I would think so. And like I said, it's just kind of that throwback cover to that Silver Surfer cover also. So,
And just to give everybody a heads up, guys, I'm going to get to your stuff here in just a minute. I promise. I'm not really on a time limit today, so we'll go over an hour if we need to. It's all good. You know, you mentioned that, and actually, it reminded me of you know, we constantly get all these teases, so to speak, of Nova Corps, and this and that. Do you think that we're going to get Nova eventually?
Yeah, I think he's in. I mean, what are we in, like phase 3 right now or something?
Something like that, 3 or 4.
Yeah, with the news of them wanting to do more cosmic stuff, and use that, like have, you know, kind of 2 movie universes going at the same time, like have the Earth stuff and have the cosmic stuff going on. With them saying that, I think it's, yeah, we're going to get Nova. Nova's coming. Like, whether we get a Richard Rider and a Sam Alexander or just one of them, we're going to get a Nova. Probably Richard Rider.
Okay.
And it's going to be awesome, right? Maybe, kind of.
I think so too, man. I mean, you know, really before his first mention in, I think it was the first Avengers, like nobody really cared about that book. Nova #1, his first appearance. And
oh no, it was Guardians, man.
Was it Guardians?
Yeah, it was Guardians. That's where the Nova Corps showed up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. But yeah, and now that book is it's not out of reach, but it's definitely you're definitely going to pay for it.
Yeah, it's going up, definitely.
Even a raw copy is going to probably run you $60-80
for Nova #1. Yeah,
at least. Yeah.
Yeah, at cons, I've definitely noticed people, like, I don't know, even a year ago, Nova #1 was probably, I mean, you could find it in, you know, maybe like a high-ish grade, say like 8.85 for $30-40 or something like that. And now definitely that book is doubled in price at cons, if not gone up more.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Heck yeah, man. Let me look up a couple of books. I'm getting a lot of people asking me to look up books for them. The first one, let me share my screen real quick and let me see.
We should do a special like slab only auction one day. We'd need other people to come on.
That's probably going to be coming soon, to be honest with you.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Well, you know, you remember what we've discussed.
Right.
The charity auction and stuff like that. That's gonna be coming up for sure.
Awesome.
So somebody wanted me to look up Avengers 102, and I don't know why. I'm looking at this and it says Grim Reaper and Sentinel's appearance. Are you still looking at slabs these days or what?
Yeah, I'm always looking. But NLC, probably NLC. I don't know. Yeah, no, I'm always looking for slabs, but you know, I'm just kind of looking for a deal. I'm never looking for anything in particular. I guess once I like finish out some runs with just raw books, then I'll be more inclined. I don't know. My collection always varies, but I'm always looking for slab deals. Like I said, I bought that 9.8 X-Men Alpha from the 90s for like $20-something. So.
Well, and actually, that's one of the things I like about you is that you don't really care if it's a 9.8 or
no,
not really high grade. I mean, if it's something that you like, you'll get it if it's a good deal, even if it's like a 9.4 or 9.0 or whatever.
Yeah, like that first appearance of the hand I have, Daredevil 174. Yeah. It's a 9, and yeah, I got it super cheap, and I'm like, this is just an awesome Daredevil book, you know? It's the first appearance of the hand. They mean so much, especially when I first started reading Daredevil. Like, the hand was like, that was the story arc I started reading. The hand was attacking and all this stuff. It was so, love it.
I actually had it wrong. They wanted me to look up Iron Man 102. I'm sitting here looking up Avengers 102. I'm like, what do they want me to look up? So what is this right here? Iron Man.
The gray Lord Catman asks when the gray gargoyle is going to show up in the movies. They haven't used that character forever in any Marvel books, so probably not anytime soon. But I mean, think about that. There are so many villains and B, C-list villains and stuff that they can use at any time. So
oh yeah, and they can turn those characters into A-list celebrities.
Oh yeah, they could always. I mean, we make fun of Stiltman. If they put somebody like really, really awesome in Stiltman and made that like somehow cool, that book would go crazy.
Right. So I see why. I think it was Vernon Johnson. I can't remember who. I see why he wanted me to look up this. This is the origin and first full appearance of Dread Knight, who is Bram Velsing. I don't really know who that character is, but George Perez did do the cover. So he wanted me to look up this in 9.6, and there isn't one recorded signed by George Perez, but the 9.6 is about a $37 book with his signature. If it's a red label, I'd probably put it like at least I don't know, man. I'd say at least a $50, $60 book. So I hope that answers your question, but there really isn't anything recorded for this book. So, but I see what he's talking about. That is a cool looking cover. That's almost like Skeletor right there on the cover. So, Justin, I'll let you talk for a minute because I need to look up the next book that they want me to look up.
I'll be right back. Having a dog emergency.
Okay. So Vernon, who was that? Oh, that was Tay Nair E. Like, how do you say your name? Vernon Johnson said, "Can I check on the Teen Titans #2?" Yes, sir, I will. The Teen Titans #2. Isn't that the first headshot? The new Teen Titans. It's got to be this one, right? #2. Oh, the new, yeah. Oh, okay. First appearance of Deathstroke. So yeah. New Teen Titans #2, first appearance of Deathstroke. Is that the right one? Because I saw there were two different 1980. So yeah, this has to be it. Yeah, 1980. So and Vernon wanted me to look up a 9.8. Holy crap. I didn't know it was that expensive. That's about a $700 book. Wow. So that book is it's taken a dip since last year. It's probably stabilizing more because there were actually more sold last year or this year than there were last year, and this year isn't even over with yet. So I would probably expect that book to go down. Actually, if you look at the previous year, guys, in 2015, there were 86 copies of the new Teen Titans #2 sold in a 9.8, and it sold for about $600 with 86 books, 86 copies sold at a 9.8. I would expect this book to probably level out around the $650, $660 range. It's definitely one of those books. If you're looking to buy, you don't offer GPA retail for it. It's a book that I would probably start out at like $5 or $5.50. If you absolutely must have it, I highly recommend that you don't pay more than $6.50 for it. But that's just me. If you want to overpay for something, that's completely up to you. But I wouldn't do it. So Jesse's in the house. What's up, JLS? Semper Fi comic guy. What's up, bro? Sorry, guys, I've been kind of ignoring the chat. Justin's actually the first person I've ever had on here with me. So there you go, Vernon. That's the GPA analysis for that book. Let me see what else you guys are saying. So NLC wanted me to look up Flash 123. Oh yeah, classic cover. And he wanted me to look up in a 5.0. Dang. It's almost a Golden Age book. Excuse me. Wow, that's a pretty pricey book. That's pretty cool if you got that book. So I guess what this is like a first meet between Silver Age and Golden Age Flash, if I'm not mistaken. First Golden Age Flash and Silver Age, origin of both. First mention of Earth 2. First Silver Age. The Shadow. Wow, so this is definitely a key, man. Like, I don't collect a whole lot of DC. I mean, just because those DC books, you have to go way, way back into like the Golden Age to get like first appearances and stuff like that. But I mean, you can get Silver Age first appearances, but in a 5.0, that's GPA average is $643. The last one sold this month for $550, but this book is definitely sold as high as $800, and that was actually this year. When this year? Last month in September, a copy in a 5.0 sold for $800. We don't know where that's from. It's probably not off of eBay. Probably might be more off of Comic Link or Heritage Auction, something like that. But the book has continued to climb. It's definitely continued to climb. So there you go, NLC. And then NLC also wanted me to look up. Okay. Lord Tatman, he says he bought it. Okay, so I remember reading that. How about Thor? Okay, so Lord Tatman wants me to look up Thor 140 first growing man. Growing man, really? Thor 140. Thor 140. And a 9.4. Thor 140. GPA analysis is so specific. They'll probably ask me to put in the Mighty Thor. No, here it is. Thor 140. First growing man. He said in a 9.4. It's about, the 12-month average is 170. But one sold at the beginning of the year for 190. I would probably say that 180 would definitely be the average at this point. But there you go, Lord Tatman, your first appearance of Growing Man in a CGC 9.4. It's about $170 to $190 book. Okay. And then let me see. Otago Dan wanted me to look up Fantastic Four number 10 in a 4.5. Let me see. I need to have like an image of the book. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember this book. Definitely a classic Kirby cover. And a 4.5. Stanley and Jack Kirby appear in the story. Wow. Okay, cool. So Stanley and Jack Kirby put themselves in the story. Number, oh gosh. Number 10 and a 4.5. Sorry, guys. I am trying to go in order in which you guys have asked me. So that's why I'm kind of starting up close to the top, because I've missed out on so many. And actually, what I will do is I will definitely, if I don't get to all of them today, I will definitely remember and get to those next time, because I don't want to, I really try not to skip anybody. He wanted me to look up in a 4.5. Kind of an expensive book. It's currently about a $250 book on average, although one did sell in May of this year for $323. So I don't know what you would pay or sell that book for, but I probably wouldn't take less, and I probably wouldn't pay more for at $300 for this book. Definitely. That's a cool looking cover though, man. Like classic Kirby stuff right there. So there you go, Mr. Otaku Dan. Jason Jenkins, I know you've been gone for a while, but thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Ryan Spaceboy says Detective Comics 400. Detective Comics 400. Oh, come on. Okay, yeah, I got it. Detective Comics number 400. He said in a 7.0. I think I remember this cover. Wow, that's like a 200 and oh, first man bat. Is that what that is? Origin and first appearance of Man Bat. First Robin and Batgirl team up story. Yeah. Isn't that Neil Adams too? Yeah. Neil Adams art and cover. In a 7.0, it's about a $250 book, $220 book, somewhere around there. That's a cool book, man. That'd be a good book to have for sure. I was actually hoping to get that book last year when my LCS was selling off all their stuff, and I couldn't find it. Oh, he said in the 7 point. Then he said in the 7.5. Even still, even the 7.5, it's $240 to $280. So really not that much difference than a 7.0. Although one did, I probably wouldn't take no less than 280 for it. And here's why, you guys. Not a lot of these are being sold. So it's really one of those things where you just ask a reasonable offer of what you think you want for it. And if somebody buys it for that price, that's the average. If not, then you know, you either need to let it sit or you need to reduce your price. But that's that. Let me go on to the next person. I'll probably do a few more. Let me see here. Simplify says he always got GPA handy. Yeah, for sure, man. Jesse wants me to look up Avengers 83 in various grades. Yes, I can. Actually, I might get to everybody.
You can do it. I believe in you.
You know, as the chat goes on, you kind of get lost, and you're like, "Oh man," and you want to try to be there for everybody, but I think I might be able to get to it. Yeah, man, you missed it, man. I looked up Thor 140, the first growing man.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
What was that?
It wasn't like expensive or anything, but definitely a character I've never heard of. The growing man.
So he gets big, I'm assuming, with his power.
I don't know, man. You know, some of these characters they created back in the day, who knows what they were thinking.
I'm going to look up the growing man's powers.
There you go. Jesse wanted me to look up various grades of Avengers 83. Well, if you want a 9.8, Jesse, it's about an $1,100 book. Or if you have one to sell, it's about $1,100. But oh no, that's a 9.6 pedigree. 9.4 is about a $700 book. 9.2 is about a $280 book. 8.5 is about a $200 book. But they've all definitely gone up, man, because you know you look at what they were going for in 2010, about half of what they're going for now. So there you go, Jesse. Did you find his growing man's powers, Justin?
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Oscar.
He's an android.
From where?
From Kang. Kang created him. So yeah, he's a stimuloid, a form of android created by the scientific genius Kang the Conqueror.
Okay.
Let's see. He can absorb energy. Yeah, and he can grow in size by absorbing energy.
So that's why they call him a growing man.
Yeah.
Because he can just get big or whatever.
The more you hit him with stuff, the bigger he gets.
Really?
Basically, that's kind of the way his power works. So he's kind of like the absorbing man, except like he's able to use that energy in a way that make him big and strong.
Then it's almost like, how do you beat him?
Exactly. How do you beat him? That's a good question.
Huh.
Good question. I mean, that's one of those like impossible force, like immovable object type things. Like the more, I mean, there's been like episodes like Star Trek and stuff about this too, but that's one of the fun things about it. It's like
a shrinking ray.
How do you get out? Yeah, you'd have. But would he be able to absorb the energy you're putting into that shrinking ray and maintain its size? You know, it's like one of those, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe you just have to, maybe you just need Professor X.
There you go. I only got, let me see here, one. I think I only got two. Okay, so two more books to look up, and then we'll be done. The first one was Seeking Near Mint wanted me to look up Shazam #1.
Yeah, did you hear about that news, man? About Shazam?
I saw it. I didn't read the entire article. Can you remind me what that was?
The guy from the TV show Chuck. What's his name? Zachary Levi. He's gonna be he was cast as Shazam.
Let me see what this guy looks like.
Not buff enough to be Shazam.
What's his name?
Good luck. I think it's Zachary Levi.
Yeah.
Or just look up Shazam casting guy, fella.
This guy?
Yep.
Well, couldn't he play as the young?
No, I think they're gonna have like he's gonna be a 12-year-old.
Wow.
He's not, so he's Shazam, and then there's gonna be a kid who's Billy Batson.
I don't see it. Look at this. Look at this right here. Do you see that?
Mm-hmm.
That's him right there. Like, does that look like Shazam to you?
Well, I mean, actors, are able to get certain
Yeah.
growth stimulators.
The cream.
He can. I mean, that movie's still slated out like 2 years or something. So
Okay.
He's got plenty of time to get big. I mean, think about it. He's eventually going to have to go up against The Rock, so he's going to have to get bigger.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Where was I? Oh yeah, Shazam number 1. Okay, I apologize. So Shazam number 1, 9.4. It's about $125 book currently on average. For Shazam number 1, man, this is not an expensive book.
What year is that book from?
It's 73-ish. Yeah, 73. 1973.
So, but that's not the first appearance of Shazam.
It's not his first appearance, but a lot of shops do ask for a ridiculous price because it's number 1.
Right.
It's the one I think Superman is on the cover with Shazam.
Oh yeah. No, that's a solid book. I mean, that. As important as that character is, like, he's not as well known. So it's one of those.
Well, because his history wasn't he Captain Marvel at first?
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, it was always like he had to say Shazam, but he went by Captain Marvel more so than the word that he had to say to turn into Captain Marvel.
I remember reading in my comic book chronicles, the history of comic books. There was I think it was a long drawn out litigation between DC and whoever created this character. I think it went for like 10 or 20 years. And whoever created the character eventually gave up because it said it was too much like Superman.
Yeah. And is that around the same time that like Marvel introduced Captain Marvel? And all that.
I don't know, man, but I just, it's crazy. I couldn't believe it. He doesn't look anything like Superman to me, but I don't know.
What are you talking, dude?
Yeah,
if you gave him sideburns and you changed their outfits, they'd be the same guy.
Yeah, but also like his cape is more like toward the side and it's smaller and.
No, it is. But think about it. Even though his powers are magical based, he's a tall, dark-headed guy who can fly and is super strong. There you go.
Yeah. So you're staying the same just because of mostly because of their powers.
Their powers and their appearance. I mean, costume aside, it's a guy flying with a cape on.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same thing. They're the same guy, but I mean, there are a bazillion Superman clones out there. That's just is what it is. But the thing that Shazam has going for it is that it is a true like dual character because of Billy Batson. So that gives it a lot of like fun room for writers that Superman doesn't.
All right, I'm gonna look up one more book and we'll wrap this up. I know you want to get to the shop. New Gods number 7 and a 9.8. Is that the first Dark Side? Let's see. 84, 7. Wait, no, that's not it. The New Guys number 7 and 9.8. Okay. Oh no, this is isn't this Steppenwolf?
Yeah.
Or yep, yeah. First appearance of Steppenwolf, Origin of Mr. Miracle, and Orion. So your GPA analysis of the first appearance of Steppenwolf in a 9.8 is about only one of them was sold in a 9.8 back in 2008, and it currently has about a $400 value. So there you go, Miss Jokesta laughs. There you go.
But look at that though. That 9.4 from this year went for 600.
Good point. Which means that,
I mean, that's the most recent. There was an October 9.2 for 255. So
yep. So in a 9.8, that would have to be at least an $800 book, in my opinion. Maybe even more than that at this point.
Yeah. At this point, there hasn't been one sold in almost 10 years. No, 11 years. No, is that 6 or 8?
28, 2008.
Okay. There hasn't been one sold in almost 10 years. If that book ever comes up, it's going to be $1,000 book.
Yeah.
That's $1,000 book right there.
Yeah. Dang. So definitely a good book to have.
Got it. Get it pressed and graded now.
There you go. I don't know, man. I don't know. Do you think Steppenwolf might be? I don't know how much you know of DC Comics and stuff, but do you think Steppenwolf might be here to stay?
He's the main character in the main villain in the Justice League movie. I don't know if we're going to see Darkseid at all, but Steppenwolf's going to be in the whole movie. So I think it's his at least in the short term, that character's only going to go up. I don't know if he's here for now, because in the books they don't really use him that well. So
Seeking Near Minute says sell the new gods as they will kill off the character to introduce Darkseid.
That's a good point.
Yeah, you may be right.
And Steppenwolf is like Darkseid's uncle, I think. So
all right. I got one last request, Batman 635, and then we'll be out. 635. No. I don't even know who's in that.
635. I don't know either. We're about to find out.
In a 9.8. Let's check real quick. First Jason Todd is Red Hood.
Yeah.
Okay. Vernon, it's a, what is that, $220 book? And I don't know why it's gone down that. Whoa, wow. That book is sold as high as $389 just a year ago. There were 55 of them sold. There were only 45 of them sold this year, although the year is not over with, but it's continued to drop, and I don't know why. Definitely a book that should have been sold already if you have one. Definitely a book that I probably wouldn't pay more than $200 for if I'm looking for one. So there you go, Vernon Johnson. Let me unshare my screen. Boom. I want to thank everybody. I got 13 people watching now. I think I've had as high as 14. Definitely super cool, especially after being gone for like a month. There's a lot of people to thank. Seeking Near Mint, Lord Tapman, Vernon Johnson, NLC Productions stopped by. Jokes to Laugh stopped by. All right, Vernon, take care, bro. So many others. Who else? Jesse stopped by, and I think I saw Adam. I wasn't sure. Brian Spaceboy stopped by. Semper Fi, the comic guy, stopped by. Otaku Dan swung on by. So thank you, everybody. Stephen Oates swung by. Thank you so very much. And even Justin decided to stop by to grace us with his presence on a Saturday morning. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. You got any final thoughts or shout outs?
Yeah, and just shout out to everybody in the chat that stopped by. That was a lot of fun. A lot of good books to look up. Thanks for the invite. This was a lot of fun, especially like going through that journey into mystery knowledge there. That was always nice. So yeah, just super pumped. Hope everybody has a good day. Gonna go grab some books now.
Absolutely. Everybody out there, be careful. No, it's Halloween. Be safe. Have tons of fun. Make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe. We always appreciate it. Check out Justin always over at EXILESTATE Comics. Keep God first in your life and enjoy your comic books. And I will see you guys next Saturday. Peace out.